Okay, so as some of you may have heard, Fox is releasing a Rocky Horror Picture Show remake with Victoria Justice. Yeah, she's back. But let's go all the way back to 2010 when Victorious came out. We're like, hey look, it's Victoria Justice from Zoe 101. We've missed her. This show's gonna last for a while. In which it did. It lasted pretty well for a Nickelodeon show. It was pretty popular too. But then it ends, everyone's in hiatus, Ariana becomes popular. Oh wait, actually before that she had another sitcom that, flopped. But anyway, so 2015 comes along, Eye Candy comes out, and then we're like, hey look, it's Victoria Justice! Again! Of course, we don't know what happened with that show, so we can all just hope for the best for a remake of a cult classic film, shall we? Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Rodriguez. Now, let me share a little story with you guys for a second. I noticed a pattern of myself walking out of movie theaters within the first 14 seconds of the film. I mean, X-Men Apocalypse was the last victim of me walking out. I'm sorry, box office. But luckily, later that night I found out X-Men Apocalypse flopped, so I don't feel so much guilt anymore. But The Jungle Book, I walked out after the first 25 minutes. Do I have to bring up watching The Force Awakens twice, or should I say 1.5 times? Here's my hypothesis, or whatever you want to call it. But here's what my result is here. I think movies have become a little too cliche for me. I mean, every genre, you know what's going to happen. I have a whole library that proves my point here. Like, I'm starting to think maybe that's why the trailers overhype movies, because they know people aren't gonna really want to see said movie if it's like the same thing. Explosions, not looking at them, not caring that a place just blew up. You're just walking in slow motion away from said explosion. Thanks, Andy Samberg. Where am I going with this? Oh, right. Yeah, not even these things can make it cool anymore. I mean, seriously, you just pop these on. Oh, goody, I'm gonna be colorblind. That's something, isn't it? It's like the one genre that doesn't really try anymore. Actually, two genres, I'm sorry. The two genres that really don't try anymore are kids' films and romantic comedies. It's like they're just subliminally telling you, we know you're not going to see this, so we're being really clever right now, and either releasing too much in the trailer, or we're going to basically show you on TV what the movie's going to feel like when you're sitting there in the theaters. You know, I really honestly want to believe the second option. Don't get me started on sequels. Okay, I'm just kidding, we don't have time for that. I'm going to need a minute. Okay, so remember when everybody was on Instagram, right? Yeah. Now they're on Snapchat, in which this very show is on both, so please follow. I'll leave the graphics right here. Yeah, just write those down, find me, and then hit that DM, whatever that means. I mean, I remember a time where everyone was on Dubsmash, and then suddenly everyone's on this thing called Musical.ly. But, that thing was invaded by Kids Bop over here, so let's slowly migrate back to Dubsmash. Nope, we're gonna stay with Musical.ly, because we don't care if we're all 20, 30-somethings. We have our own accounts. Kids Bop can just be a nation of their own. So yeah, we're slowly getting Dr. Hollywood out of business because of Snapchat, because no one wants to do... Why spend thousands of dollars on messing your face up or beautifying your face if you can see what it's gonna look like in a Snapchat filter? I mean, for crying out loud, people know there's not gonna be any more cat ladies out there because they know what they're gonna look like as a cat. And a dog, because you see that everywhere too. Oh, that's another thing. MP3 players and iPods are old news, apparently, because the iPod Touch came out, and then, hey, you can go on the internet. You can go on YouTube on this thing. Yeah, we don't have to use LimeWire and Napster for crying out loud. Yeah, we still download our music from the online video converter, but who cares, it's dance time, said everybody in 2006. It's time for that weekly list known as the Possibility List. It's kind of like when it turns out the stadium's actually booing Bruce Springsteen. Alright, this week's list is titled 5 Possibility Lists That Just Can't Happen. You see, some list entries are too blatant or either too hard to write. Like, the simple ideas are completely out of the question. So let's look over some that I attempted to write over the time the possibility list has been with us, but they just couldn't happen for reasons that are going to remain unexplained for now. At number 5, 7 ways to read a book. Number 4, 6 rejected baby names. Number 3, 5 names with the initials SLJ. Number 2, 4 cruel and unusual teaching styles. And number 1, 5 possibility lists that just can't happen. 3 tips to leave your waitress. Alright, and that is the possibility list for you this week. Alright, it's time for a game we haven't played in a while. It's called Out of Context Wordplay. How it works is I list 2 or more items, and then a word is born. Kind of like Renesmee. So, in a way, Breaking Dawn invented out of context wordplay. Alright, so we got a collection of Tupperware and a zipper. Fresh and fly. A game you play on the playground and a potato. Hashtag. Well, as you may know, August ends season 2. Yeah. Some people don't know how seasons start and end, so I gotta tell you, as soon as the show surpasses September 28th, we jump right into season 3. So, August is usually when I wrap the season. So, I'm gonna let you know that instead of just one anniversary special in September, it's gonna be a whole month of highlights of the last 2 years in retrospective. I just thought I'd let you know that. Well, until next time, this is Rob Rodriguez saying, you know to follow me on social media. That's about everything I have to say this week. Okay.